PK Kemsley just filed court documents claiming Dorit spent $995,000 on designer clothing, handbags, and accessories in 14 months, while making zero mortgage payments on a home that's about to be foreclosed on. Court documents, not rumors, not gossip. Actual legal filings obtained by TMZ and Page 6 showing $69,000 at Louis Vuitton, $69,000 at Chanel, $38,000 at Hermes, $22,000 at St. Honor, plus purchases at Net-a-Porter, Ferd, and Moda Operandi. And during that same 14-month stretch, December 2024 through March 2026, Dorit reportedly made only one utility payment on the house and not a single mortgage payment. PK says he covered 90% of the family's expenses, and now he's asking a judge to force the sale of the home before they lose everything. Let's get into this. So here's what the court documents actually say. PK states that after their separation, his team conducted a forensic accounting investigation into the family finances. And what they found was that while PK was paying both mortgages, household costs, and the majority of expenses related to Jagger and Phoenix, Dorit was spending at a rate that is genuinely staggering. Nearly $1 million on wardrobe alone. And the home, which they purchased together in 2019, now carries over $6 million in mortgage debt. Notices of default have already been recorded by the lenders. Foreclosure proceedings could begin at any point. PK says he spent over a year trying to avoid getting here. He provided financial records, months of emails, lender communications, and forensic accounting to show he was actively trying to resolve the situation. He even proposed a solution: sell the house, temporarily relocate Dorit and the kids to his nearby home, and he would cover all expenses during the transition. Dorit rejected it. According to the filing, every attempt to reach a resolution failed. So now, PK is asking the court to step in, force the sale, and protect whatever equity remains before a foreclosure wipes it out completely. And here's the part that connects this to what we just saw at the reunion. On part 3, which aired last night, Kyle told Dorit on camera that they're not in the same financial position. Dorit fired back, "How do you know what my financial position is?" And Erika, without hesitation, said, "Well, the house is being foreclosed on," just like that. On national television, Dorit didn't have a response. Because what do you say when it's true? Dorit did try to defend the $4,000 shopping trip at Rachel's friend's boutique. She said, "Nobody bought anything but me. I didn't want us to go into that shop and not buy anything. I can afford to spend $4,000. And look, $4,000 is not the issue. The issue is context. $4,000 when your home is $6 million in debt, when default notices have been filed, when you've allegedly made zero mortgage payments in over a year, that $4,000 becomes a symbol of a much bigger problem. Now, on top of all this, Erika just confirmed that her friendship with Dorit is officially over. She said the relationship is no longer functioning, and she doesn't consider it active anymore. She suggested that the show might need new blood and a refreshed cast dynamic going forward. And at the reunion, the division was crystal clear. It was Kyle, Erika, and Sutton on one side, and Dorit, Boz, and Rachel on the other. There was no middle ground. And here's the detail from Page 6 that makes this even messier. The court documents specify that Dorit has had exclusive use of the home since April 2024, meaning PK moved out, she stayed. And she's been living in a property she's allegedly not paying a dime toward while spending nearly $1 million at designer stores. PK claims he made the mortgage payments, he covered the kids' expenses, and he was the one negotiating with lenders. Whether all of that is true, or whether this is PK strategically building a legal case, we don't know yet. Dorit hasn't responded publicly. Her team hasn't commented. And she didn't address any of this at the reunion because these filings dropped after it was taped. But the court of public opinion is already weighing in. One fan wrote, "And yet it was a stretch for Kyle to call her erratic." Another said, "Spending $1 million when your home is in foreclosure? That's not a storyline." That's a crisis. And someone else pointed out that during the marriage, PK was the breadwinner who benefited from having a wife with a luxurious lifestyle, so he shouldn't be surprised she continued spending at that level after they separated. There are genuinely two sides to this. But the math is the math, and right now the math says nearly $1 million in luxury goods, 0 in mortgage payments, and a house that's about to be taken. I want to hear from you guys. Is this PK weaponizing the divorce through the courts? Or is Dorit genuinely out of control with spending? Pop off in the comments, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!